What's going on? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Pink Dungeon, giving it to you real raw rugged. And yeah, man, I have to make this video. I'm a little tired, but I have to make this video. I was legitimately argued down yesterday that NBA YoungBoy is this generation's Tupac Shakur. Now, that is legitimately one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard a nigga say about hip-hop. That is just the most ridiculous hip-hop opinion I think of this year. And I kind of want to talk about that because I feel like for whatever reason, by the way, I am a YoungBoy fan. Like, I thought Really was one of the better albums of 2018, but that's ridiculous. And I kind of want to talk about two things. I want to talk about people comparing certain rappers to Tupac, and I want to see, do I see the similarities or do I not? And I also want to talk about the warped, I think, legacy of Tupac. I feel like people have a warped memory of that. And I'm going to start off with that because I honestly feel like people that's like 30 and younger, around that age, people who like grew up on Pac, not so much. People like 30-ish and younger, they have a warped memory of Tupac. I feel like a lot of people remember Tupac for just being a wild nigga. Like, yeah, he was the nigga, big blood, you know, spitting at the camera, going to jail, hanging with Suge Knight, jumping Orlando Anderson. They literally just remember him being a nigger. That's like, when you think of Tupac, a lot of people just think of nigger. Like, they don't think of anything else. And I think that is the most ridiculous thing of all time. Because Tupac was a very, very multifaceted person. Like, he was a complex human for sure. Like, the way he grew up to what he ended up as when he died, he's a very humans in general, they're just not one thing. Like, nobody's just one thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's just happy for the rest of their life. Nobody's just sad for the rest of their life. Like, people are complex, and he was one of the more complex people because, first of all, you have to start off with his parents, or his mom specifically, being a Black Panther. Like, she was in the Black Panthers, it's arguably the most powerful thing to happen in the Black community in a positive light, if not just one of the most powerful things to ever happen in the Black community in the positive light. And I think that really shaped who he was, because when you listen to Pac do have, you know, his wild songs or whatnot, but he also has these songs where they're super conscious and for Black people. Like, he's uplifting Black people, talking about Black Jesus, talking about reparations, talking about racism, talking about slavery. Like, he was a very, very wise brother, you know? And I see a lot of people compare to him, and I'm like, bro, they're not the same type of person at all. But let me not jump the broom. I want to talk about his warped legacy real quick, because I feel like we forget that Tupac was a smart dude. Like, the things he would say, just look at his interviews. Even when he was wilding out in that era, if you look at some of his interviews, not all his interviews, some of his interviews when he was in that era wilding out, that nigga was wilding out in interviews too. Like, when he was talking about when he jumped the old dude, jumped the director, and put his hands over his mouth, which I want to say was one of the more real nigga moves. Nobody would do that in 2019. Academics wouldn't do that. If a nigga came on his show that was like on Everyday Struggle, and a nigga was talking wild, like, man, fuck that nigga, like I did this, a nigga's like, oh, for real? Keep going. This is going to get me views. But shout out to Ed Love for being a real nigga and being like, yo, you wilding right now. I'm finna cover your mouth because, nigga, you know what I'm saying, get indicted over this. You just, you know, we don't want to put you in a bad light. So Black people looking out for other Black people. Instead, you got all these Black people, they just let people come on their show and just snitch on themselves and tell who did, like, that junk crazy. So I just want to say shout out to Ed Love being a real nigga for trying to tame Tupac for just being too wild at that time. So, hey, that's, you don't see niggas do stuff like that no more. Niggas be like, oh, you finna say this? This is gonna get me ratings. So that's all niggas think about. Niggas don't think for other Black people sometimes, you know? So shout out to Ed Lover. But anyway, if you look at interviews in that era, even the ones, like, even when he was wilding out, he was really, like, still, he was a smart guy. Like, intelligence just doesn't disappear. It's not like he did, like, heroin and niggas start losing brain cells. Like, he was an intelligent brother. And the things that he would say in his music still resonates in 2019. So the things he said in the late to mid 90s, even early 90s, still resonate in 2020, because it's damn near 2020. Like, that same stuff still gonna resonate, and that's crazy to me. So for people to just ignore all of that and just focus on his criminal issues and just compare niggas with criminal issues to him, like, this nigga was just a delinquent, like, that's crazy. He was also an actor. Can't forget about that. His last album was a concept album that people are still breaking down to this day. There's still stuff in the album that people are like, damn, I ain't even get that. Like, it was a whole concept. like the nigga was a smart dude or whatnot. I really wanted to see what he would have done if he would have died, because I feel like he would have got off that path and he would have got on some Black Panther. I would have helped my black people, because you could tell that's what type of dude he was when you just listen to him talk. He was a smart dude. So I don't know. I feel like we remember Tupac for just being a wild dude when, yes, the nigga was wilding. He was wilding before death row. He was shooting at cops before death row. You know, so he was always a wild dude, but people just can't forget, like, this dude, no, the brother mine was on something else. So just want to, you know what I'm saying, remind people of that. But let's go through some of the people that people compare to him and we get out of here. NBA YoungBoy. Like, come on, bro. I'm not gonna say NBA YoungBoy's dumb. I'm not gonna call anybody dumb, but I'm not gonna say he's the brightest nigga in the room. Like, I've heard this nigga like mispronounce many words, and not because his accent. Like, I just think that's how he think the word is pronounced. And like, I don't think, if I had a conversation with NBA YoungBoy, I'm pretty sure everybody can agree, I don't think he could give me any in-depth knowledge on what the Black Panthers are. I don't think he could tell me. I'm pretty sure YoungBoy doesn't know what reparations are. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what reparations are. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what black people mean when they say they want reparations. If he does, congrats to him. But I don't think YoungBoy is even on that. His mind, he is a wild nigga. Like, he is lost. He needs real guidance. Like, he has herpes. He's depressed. Like, he's going through way too much stuff. I feel like he's got so much going on in his life. He don't even care about other black people right now. And I'm not saying that's like a good or bad thing, but he's like a teenager still. So I don't even blame him. Like, he's too young to even talk about, reminisce on slavery and, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. Like, I wouldn't even expect that from him, because of who he is and where he is in his life right now. So to compare him to Pac just because he has legal issues, well, what did bro tell me? He said Tupac made emo music. He had legal issues and he self-reflected. Like, I don't know what that means, bro. Like, YoungBoy self-reflects and go right back to jail. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Like, YoungBoy will like, I swear to God, I'll beat that nigga ass. Boy, I swear to God, boy. You know, and he started putting stuff on people's headstones and stuff. Like, bro, YoungBoy needs help, man. Like, to compare him to Tupac is crazy because, like I said, Tupac was making concept albums. Tupac was a very intelligent brother. Tupac was trying to help his black people. So if the rappers you comparing to him not trying to help they black people, I don't even want to hear it. Because if they don't have any like positive messages for they black people, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying YoungBoy don't have any positive messages for black people, but 98% of that nigga music is I'm finna bang that nigga in the head. Oh, I want to kill myself. Like, it's nothing like, yo, we need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the oppressor. Ain't none of that in his music at all. So I just want to throw it out there, man. But like I said, YoungBoy, I do like him. Next person, 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, a person who was legitimately doing blackface. I don't care what you say. 6ix9ine was doing blackface. 6ix9ine is a Mexican dude yelling nigga, and y'all was came for him. He could say nigga. He grew up around niggas. Like, shut up, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got on that stand and he told on every nigga. You know what I'm saying? He grew up around niggas. Wait, I guess he gonna goddamn point at the niggas too, man. So I don't know what these niggas was on. Like, y'all was really capable for that man, and he ain't even had a voice. He put on his Daniel Hernandez voice. You know, he ain't even sound like a Hispanic boy. That nigga, he ain't even sound like Hernandez, but that nigga sound like goddamn Daniel Smith. You feel me? Well, that nigga sound like Daniel Smith. That nigga's put on his goddamn proper voice when he was snitching on everybody. They say, do you mind talking about this fight? Of course I will talk about this fight, Judge. These heathens, you know what I'm saying? Your Honor. Like, that nigga was in his bag. So we not even talking about the such a thing, but to compare him to Tupac, I don't have to go into any further because he doesn't have any substance in his music at all. And Tupac is a person that prided himself on having substance in his music. So I don't have to talk about that. It's just ridiculous. Meek Mill. I didn't even know this. Shout out to Amp. He told me this. Apparently people compared him to Meek Mill, and I would imagine because of his legal issues as well. And Meek Mill ain't started getting on his woke bag until like he just got out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, Meek Mill seems like when I listen to him talk, he seems to know like the basics of just like, I don't know, social things going on. And that's good. At least he's learning about what's going on and whatnot. And he's educating himself. And yes, I would say Meek Mill, out of all the people I'm naming, is one of the more smarter people or whatnot. But I don't see him being compared to Tupac just because they're two different people. Like they're two completely different rappers. They don't even rap the same. They don't rap about the same things really. Like Meek Mill rap about his rollie on his wrist a lot. Two different. Just I feel like discographies. If you go down and listen to Tupac discography, go down and listen to Meek Mill discography. Two different artists. I don't really gotta say too much after that. Nipsey Hussle, a person that I could understand. I could understand somebody saying Nipsey Hussle because we all know Nipsey Hussle definitely wanted the best for his black people. Definitely a wild nigga slapping dudes. Definitely had legal issues. Definitely don't went to jail before, but it wasn't too crazy that it like was messing up his career or whatnot. Yeah. But like I said, I could understand that one. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not mad at all. Also died at a young age where he couldn't finish his message. So I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he really was the next Tupac, but I'm not mad at that. That is way more accurate than the people I've been naming. Triple X. Oh man, a man that I think was really struggling with like mental illnesses. I don't think that he was the next Tupac at all. I think he was himself. I feel like his audience wasn't the same as Tupac audience at all. Like his audience are like emo kids in like middle school that are struggling with like their mom like calling them like names or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like for little like kids or whatever that really I feel like X made music for kids who suffer with self-image problems. That's how I feel. And I don't feel like Tupac made music for kids that were that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he kind of made music that was more adult-centric. You know what I'm saying? Even though you could be a teenager, a kid, and still rock with Tupac, I just feel like X was like for kids. So their demographic is just totally different. And I feel like where he was going with it was completely different. And I just feel like just because a nigga went to jail and he died, niggas call him Tupac, not Tupac at all. Anybody else? Also, the YoungBoy comparison. YoungBoy makes music for young niggas. Tupac made music, I would say, for kind of everybody can enjoy it, just like I was saying, even though I feel like it was a more adult-centric. Yeah, he definitely made music that anybody could rock with, though, for sure. YoungBoy, I've heard multiple older street niggas be like, yeah, that's like young nigga music. They don't say it's trash, they just say it's, it's young nigga music. So there's that. Also, I think people say Boosie, the Southern Boosie. They say he's a Southern Tupac of, the South or whatnot. Boosie is. And another one that I'm not mad at because, one, a lot of legal trouble. Bro went to jail for murder. Got out, beat that. And also a person that had a lot of conscious music, a lot of things he had to say in his music. If you listen to Boosie, he's saying a lot of things that he believed about police or slavery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Boosie will talk about that, talk about his community, and I respect that a lot. So yeah, another person that talk about, black people and trying to empower black people. Not mad at that at all. So yeah, Boosie is a person that if you're from the South, you don't heard that comparison before, and I'm completely not mad at that at all. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's other people, but I'm gonna stop there. And I just want to make a video saying that. Have y'all heard this? Like people comparing random people to Pac before, and it's just like I don't understand it, man. There's not that many people you can compare to Pac. Kendrick, I guess I'll leave out on him. I wouldn't say he's the new Pac or anything at all, but I would say that he's carrying the torch that Pac had about the message about for black people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Pac heard To Pimp a Butterfly, he'd be like, I like, you know what I'm saying? That's like right up Pac lane. Not saying he would have made To Pimp a Butterfly, but just the messages that he was spreading in there, like about colorism. That's right on. That's Tupac brand right there. That is like on brand for Tupac. So I'm not mad at it at all. Cause you got Troy Ave called himself New Pac. Nobody ever called him that. Except Troy Ave. So yeah, no need to even go further with that. But yeah, I don't know. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all think YoungBoy's a new Tupac? Do y'all think anybody's a new Tupac that I named? Somebody that I didn't name? How y'all feel? Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate. Players gonna play. Nah, holla at your boy, no, man.